Watch this Wednesday, baby.
Let's
All
go.
right. Welcome to We Trade HQ. We got Brad here, who's now our resident top stock guy from Own the Chaos. If you haven't seen this before, Brad's going to give us our top three stocks. And spoiler alert at the end, he's going to tell us if Tesla's going to go to 2K. So stay tuned for that. But before we get into that, Brad, talk about the markets. I mean, the earnings are wrapping up. What's going on with the markets? What are you watching? What are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, and I can't remember if we touched on this last week or not, but we're starting to see a little bit of a balancing act between recovery stocks and, the stocks that got us here, the really big tech stocks. And I think what people are really starting to flock to, like the home improvement stocks. We're seeing this crazy move between not just Home Depot and Lowe's, but all the other ones that are related to that area in the market. And people are afraid to go to them because they're at their all-time highs. When you think about interest rates aren't going to be moving probably until at least 2022. So I would imagine 2021 is probably going to be a banner year for them, and real estate's just going to absolutely explode. So I think that's probably going to be like the next wave that people try to like rotate into. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the year plays out.
Awesome. Well, let's get right into it. Tell me the top three stocks you're looking for. And if this is your first time here, Brad's going to give us his top three. And this is swing trading. So over the next week, what are stocks you got an eye on? This is not a buy list. This is a watch list. What do you got for me? Number three.
Yeah, so number three is going to be CrowdStrike. And I just got talking about how these stocks got us here and that there's going to be rotation, but it doesn't mean that I think any of these stocks are going away. We have CrowdStrike coming up on earnings September 2nd. And I think that they're going to actually really make a move into those earnings plays. I think there's a lot of high expectations for those. Remote work isn't going anywhere anytime soon, despite, there being any kind of recovery. I just think they're going to be here forever now. And CrowdStrike is going to be high in demand. I mean, cybersecurity is going to become even more important now than it ever has. And I think they crush earnings. If I can share my screen with you guys here, I'm looking at, this is Tesla. So let's pull up CrowdStrike right here. By the way, I am loving Webull right now. It's so cool to use. It's so much easier. Right now, looking at it at 109. 06 is where it's sitting at right now. 109.68 just today. We could be retesting all-time highs here. We go and look at the daily chart. We got 118.58. We're not far off that mark. I think we try to run into those all-time highs on those September 2nd earnings. What do you think about that?
So the one thing I did want to mention is the 52-week highs is a good point. And I know in your membership for your channel at Own the Chaos, you have specific videos for the members, one of which is how to play all-time highs. And I know a lot of people are afraid of it, but you made a specific video addressing this question. So for people who are interested, that's the type of content, that earnings play, where you kind of break down, here's how you should play the 52-week highs. So I think that's all great.
Awesome.
Up next.
Next is Dollar Tree. They have earnings coming out August 27th, which is next week. And I think Dollar Tree runs into those as well. After seeing all the other department stores absolutely crush it, like Target absolutely nailed it today. Walmart has been selling off since its earnings play, which they absolutely killed as well. But we saw that coming, right? The prices are starting to get baked into those earnings. And I think we see that with Dollar Tree, but not before this actually runs into earnings. And so I think there's going to be a lot of high expectations, and Dollar Tree is already moving. It has since about the middle of June and has been on just a really nice tear here. But I think we continue to see highs here. The all-time high is 101.88. I think we continue to run into that, and we see higher highs going into next week's earnings. But what I would suggest is probably either trimming some off before the actual earnings date or being out completely, because I think we'll probably see the same trend with them in that it's going to probably sell off after earnings expectations. Unless they come out with something absolutely incredible, I don't see how it's going to continue to run after that. Probably be a little bit of a dip.
Do you think that this 100 could be sort of a psychological resistance and it could run, like that might be the key to break over, to clear? Because I know it tapped at 101, but is it looking like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that 101 is going to be a very clear area of support if it can sustain above that. But yeah, there's always that mental that mental block or that mental resistance or support that needs to stay over. And 100 is kind of like just like that milestone number that people like to kind of look at.
And so leading into the last one, which is no surprise that we're going to talk about Tesla, which has been on an absolute monster tear.
Yeah.
We know it's number one, but everybody wants to know what to expect from it, especially leading into the split next week. I want to know, does it hit 2K? I need a bold prediction.
I think it hits 2100.
Really?
Yeah, I think it just laughs at 2K, honestly. I mean, I think that the closer we get, there's going to be a lot of procrastinators that are just waiting for some sort of Tesla dip, and eventually the best is going to get to them, and they're going to, or that FOMO is going to get to them, and I think that they run this thing up. Post split, I think is what's going to be interesting with Tesla. I think that we see this move up over 1923. Probably before the end of this week, which we got 2 more days left. And then next week is going to be absolutely crazy. And I think 2100 is going to I think we're going to see that very easily. And after the split is going to be interesting because you're going to have this struggle between people that are looking to take profit because now they have 5 times the shares they had before. And then people who are trying to get in because now it's cheaper for them to buy this up. So I think there's going to be a very interesting battle between who's taking profit and who's trying to get in and who actually ends up winning. Will Tesla move up? Will it move down? I think it remains to be seen, but leading up to that, I think it just goes wild.
Awesome. So anybody watching, listen, Brad does this every day. He has a membership where he gives his top 5 stocks actually for his watch list to his members, sends it out every morning. So if you're interested in that, check out Brad at Own the Chaos. We'll put a link at the end and then also in the description. And then from there, come back next week. We'll be here, people. Brad, thanks, brother.
Yep. Thanks, guys.